Hello friends, welcome to the Brainwaves Chess Club. In the series of Attacking the King, today we are learning with the first ever encounter between Vishwanathan Anand sir and third in the list of the youngest grandmasters in the world, Pragnananda R. This particular encounter took place in the Blitz section of the Tata Steel 2018 held in Kolkata, the city of joy of India. Along with many other memorable encounters, this particular game was followed so highly by millions of fans all over the world. Today, we are celebrating Pragananda R's first ever encounter against Grandmaster, five times world champion Vishwanathan Anand sir. And believe me, he was very close to beat Vishwanathan Anand, provided he couldn't have missed that h5, early h5 instead of g4. Today we'll see the full game first, and after that in the second half of the video we are going to focus on the highlights of the game. So friends, let's have a look at several of the highlights of this memorable encounter. It was indeed a dynamic game played by both the players, and yes, it was Sicilian defense, so there were attacks and counter attacks as expected in almost all variations of Sicilian defense. To start with, I would like to mention move number 6 where Pragananda played a3. Now this offbeat move loses time for white and it gave black an opportunity to play combination of Nasdaq Sicilian and the dragon variation of Sicilian defense, which is very sharp in nature. So Anand sir played g6. Another important occasion came in the opening phase, that was move number 10 when Pragnananda made longside castle. So with this move, the game went on to very attacking style of attacking the king when castles are done on the opposite side. Here on move number 13, white challenged black's dragon bishop with bishop h6. And as we know, black doesn't really want to capture bishop into h6. Rather, he forces white to take with bishop into g7. But in the game, Anand sir took decision to play bishop into h6, which allowed white's queen to enter in black's castle. So friends, this was move number 15 of the game, and I think Pragnananda R missed on the best opportunity of his life. Can we think for that best move? In the game, he played g4, but instead he could have played h5. h5. Let's have a look at what happens after h5. Let's see if Pragananda could strike with h5. What could Vishwanathan Anand sir do? Was it possible to play the most expected action sacrifice, rook into c3? In that case, Pragananda could take h into g6, and h into g6 is not possible because of the checkmate on h8. And in case black takes with f into g6, there comes knight e6, threatening mate on g7, at the same time challenging black's queen on d8. And in case Vishwanathan Anand sir could try for rook c8, there was knight f5 coming in with checkmate on g7, and now it's undefendable checkmate on g7. For Vishy Anand sir to take knight into h5. So there could have been rook into h5, and after pawn takes, again knight f5 is forcing mate on g7. So friends, it could have been very difficult game for Vishy Anand sir after Pragananda's 15 move h5 instead of the g4 which he played in the real game. Now friends, let's have a look at move number 19. After white's rdg1, here Vishwanathan Anand sir went on to play knight g6 in the game, but instead he could play knight e to g4, and now friends, this could have won this game instantly for Vishwanathan Anand sir. So what happens after knight e to g4? It was forced for white to take the piece back with f into g4. Now friends, this has closed this line, g line, for white's rook, and that is going to delay white's counter attacks on black's king. This could allow black to finish this game in style with queen a1 check, and after king d2 there is knight into e4 check, and after king e3 the only good move. After queen c3 check, the only move, king f4, and there comes the check and mate to follow with e5 check. The only move with white is en passant, and after this, the recapture, there is discovered check with the rook, which forces white to capture queen into rook on f8, and after king into, now it's ultimate zugzwang, which is going to lead to checkmate in just two moves. Say like bishop d3, there can be check, and after king f3, there is queen f2, check and mate. Since Pragananda had missed on early h5 on move number 15, Anand sir got enough time to play very sharp and dynamic chess. And here on move number 21, he came up with a destructive sacrifice on e4. He played bishop into e4. Now this move forced white to capture with pawn into e4, and there came queen a1 check, which was actually the checkmating attack on white's king. Queen c3 check, was it possible for Pragananda to take king into knight? Well, friends, it could have been very easy mate with d5 check. After king takes d5, rook d8 check, king e4, rook d4 check, again king goes up, and there comes queen c5 check, and after king e6, queen d6 check and mate. Friends, on move number 28, Anand sir went on to have a beautiful defense with h6, pawn push, and we know white's both the rooks and the bishop, they are very strong along with that pawn's outpost on g6. And after 29th move, g7, here Vishy Anand sir could have first given check with queen e5 and then queen c5 so as to force white's king on the open lines. On this move number 32, after rook c6 check and king into e7, it was maybe the fastest checkmate in just three moves with queen f7, and after king goes to the d8 square, black would simply play rook c7 followed by mating very next move. Let's see what happens. Like after queen f7 check, king goes down, and after rook c7, there is a forced checkmate with queen to d7 or to e7. And on this move, maybe because it was a blitz game and both players might have been in time trouble, Vishy Anand sir might have just played simple move of king into g7, but he could play queen g5 check, and after I think queen into bishop, it was just all over for white as rook doesn't have any fight back late against black's queen and the pawn, outside pawn on h5. I'm sure you all might have enjoyed this game because of its dynamic nature. and it's amazing to watch the young Vishwanathan Anand sir. Yes, I said young because at the age of around 50 years, he's playing like an emerging youngster